vlog. It's going to be a what's for dinner this week. Tonight our first recipe is going to be in the air fryer. It's quick, it's simple, it's easy. It's one of my honestly favorite recipes to cook, even when I'm by myself or the whole crew's here. Everyone loves it. So with the first recipe, let's get into the kitchen and start cooking. You can see I've got both of my dual cookers for my air fryer out. We have the dual Ninja one. I absolutely love this. Yes, it is a hoss on my counter, but I don't mind it because it's such an easy, convenient way of cooking dinner or any kind of meals. But I wanted to go ahead and show you guys, I have prepped 2 sweet potatoes that I washed and skinned, and then I cut up into bite-sized pieces. I sprayed them with a little bit of some olive oil spray. I threw garlic, salt, some black pepper, a little bit of paprika, and a tiny pinch of cinnamon, just because I love that little bit of cinnamon flavor. You do not need a whole lot when it comes to cinnamon. Toss them up, and then we are going to put them in the air fryer at probably 400 degrees. Let's see. For about 20 minutes. 10 minutes through, I'm going to check them and toss them, but for now we're going to do 20 minutes. So for our vegetable this week, I kind of use whatever vegetable I have in the fridge. So this week I have a yellow and red bell pepper that I've already kind of just roughly chopped up, and then I have some leftover green beans. So those are going to go in the air fryer when the sweet potatoes are kind of like halfway done at like the 10-minute mark. I'm going to throw these in with the sweet potatoes and then cook those for about 10 minutes with the sweet potatoes. And then we are going to add our protein. So I went ahead and cut up about 5 chicken tenders into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to move them. I'm sorry, the air fryer is going with the sweet potatoes, so it might be just a little loud. And then to this bowl, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil just to coat. And then I like taking some of this ranch dry seasoning mix and sprinkling that. And then a little bit of paprika. We're going to toss this until it's all nice and coated. And I'm going to add a little bit of some cracked black pepper. Okay, so that's all nice and combined. I am going to go ahead and spray our little air fryer. And then we are going to dump our chicken. Kind of like to spread it all out so it's nice and even and not so fully on top of each other, so they get all nice and crispy. Okay, so we've got our chicken in the air fryer, and now we're gonna go put it, or we got it in the basket, I should say, and then we're gonna go put it into the air fryer. Okay, so for the second one, we're gonna air fry 390. I'm gonna put it on for about 15 minutes. So I just stopped the air fryer right around like 9 minutes. Shook them. They look really, really good. I'm going to go ahead and dump. See if I can set you down. Undo this. Our veggies in. Whoops. And our green beans. Right on top. I'm going to give them a quick little spray. And then we are are going to go ahead and restart the air fryer. What it turned out to look like. Oh my god, it looks and smells delicious. I'm gonna throw a little bit of this G Hughes sugar-free barbecue sauce on it just because I like a little bit of sauce, or you could do like a hot sauce, or what else do I put on the salsa would be good. So I'm just going to drizzle that right on top, and voila. This is going to be dinner for me and the family for tonight. So what we're eating tonight for dinner is going to be a sausage and a broccoli rigatoni. This recipe is coming out of my Martha Stewart Living cookbook, and it's a first that we've never tried. I'm so excited to try this recipe. I have been craving some pasta. I have been on this like clean diet. It's a lot of like cauliflower rice and salads, and I just kind of want some pasta. But I also want to eat a nice healthy meal, and I feel like this would be the perfect thing to do. So let's go into the kitchen. Here's the lineup for everything you are going to need tonight for dinner. You're going to need 1 pound of Italian sausage, some garlic, some sun-dried tomatoes. I have 2 jars here. You're going to need 4 cups of peeled whole tomatoes, some olive oil. Of course, you're going to need your rigatoni. And then the recipe calls for broccoli rabe. Now my grocery store, I went to 3 different grocery stores actually, could not find broccoli rabe anywhere to save my life. So I got broccolini instead. Now broccolini is a cross between broccoli and kale. It's literally one of my favorite vegetables, but it's a little bit on the pricier side. But I figured with having some kind of special vegetable in this dish, I opted for the broccolini. So I think this is still gonna be super delicious, but that is a lineup. You don't need much, and let's get to cooking. So we are already gonna go ahead and skip step 1 altogether. If you've been here for a second, you know I don't go exactly by the instructions, but that's okay because we kind of wing it a lot of times around here, and it works out just fine. So the first step is telling you to roast 1/4 of a garlic in the oven at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. I do not have a whole garlic. I always just skip because a lot of times I like a little bit of some already pre-cut options. It just makes my life a little bit easier than having to sit here and mince garlic. So I'm gonna skip that step. I am gonna put the garlic into our dinner, but it's not going to be like the roasted. So if you want to do that, again, that's the first step. You're going to put it in a little sheet of foil, roll it up into a ball, throw it in the oven for about 20-25 minutes, and then it comes out roasted. So we're going to go ahead and head to step 2, which is we're going to cook the broccolini. It says to kind of flash cook it. So what it says to do is we're going to boil a pot of salted water, and then we're going to throw our broccolini in there for about 4 or 5 minutes, let it cook, and then we're going to take it out and put it in ice cold water, and that way it stops cooking so it stays nice and bright and fresh, and it's not completely cooked all the way through and like mushy and all that. So we are going to head there, and we are going to start our water. Okay, so I got my water. I'm just going to salt it real good. And then I'm going to put a lid on it so it boils quickly. And then once that goes to boiling, we will throw our broccolini in. So our water is boiling, so we are gonna add all of our broccoli. I keep wanting to say broccoli rabe, it's totally not broccoli rabe. So we're adding all of our broccolini in, and we are gonna let this cook for about 5 minutes, and then we'll take it out. So while our broccolini is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and take all of my sausage out of its casings. The recipe doesn't say to do this, it actually just says to cut it. but I like mine in a ground up style. I don't really like it in the casing, so you can do it either way. So you can omit this part, or you can, like I said, you can just slice it up, but I'm just gonna take it out of its casing. To our large cooking pan, I'm going to add some olive oil. Calls for a 1/4 cup, but again, I'm just gonna kind of eyeball that. And then it calls for 7 garlic cloves. Again, I'm gonna eyeball that too. 4, 5, 6, 7. This recipe also calls for crushed red pepper. I'm not going to put this in because, again, we have littles that eat these dinners. If Ryan and I ever want crushed red pepper, we just put it on our plate when it comes out of the oven or off the stove top. So we just kind of omit that part during the cooking process, but you would add your crushed red pepper in this point. And add our sausage. Start grinding this up. While our sausage is cooking, it says to cut your broccoli rabe lengthwise, but since we have just broccolini, I figured I would just kind of cut these up into like smaller chunks, just so it makes it easier to put into our pasta dishes. Now that our sausage has cooked through, we are going to add the rest of our ingredients. So I'm going to add 1 whole can of whole plum tomatoes, 1/2 cup of pureed sun-dried tomatoes. Now I only have 1/3 left of this jar of pureed. So they didn't have any more at the store, so I just bought the julienne. So I'm just going to throw a little bit of the julienne in there. All right. So then it says to cook until the liquid is pretty much almost all absorbed, so about 10 to 12 minutes. so as you can see, it turned out incredible. It looks amazing. The sauce is very nice and light, so it's not too heavy, so this isn't like a total comfort type meal. I feel like it's still very fresh and light and perfect for spring. But yeah, I think this is gonna be amazing, and this is what's for dinner tonight. All right, you guys, so tonight's what's for dinner is going to be a honey barbecue chicken, mac and cheese, high protein, with a side of green beans. If you guys saw the camera just shake, Ridge just grabbed a hold of my tripod. Hopefully he doesn't mess with it anymore. But this is such a quick and easy meal to throw together during the week, especially in the warmer months. The kids love barbecue chicken. And when I don't always have time, or Rye doesn't have time when we get off work to go outside and handle the grill, this is such a great alternative. You can just saute it in the pan, throw some honey, some barbecue, and it's good to go, and it's just as delicious as if it came off the grill. So let's get started. Here's an overview of everything you're gonna need for this kind of dinner. You are gonna need some cream cheese, preferably light or like a third fat-free. Some sharp cheddar or cheddar cheese, or even light cheddar cheese. Some 1% milk, garlic, paprika, salt, pepper, some honey, some hot sauce. We're just using the Frank's Red Hot. Some barbecue sauce. You're gonna need some jumbo elbow macaroni, olive oil, chicken, of course, and then I just always do, especially during the week when I don't have a lot of times, I still want a fresh vegetable, but these organic Pero Family Farms, microwavable, you can find these kind of things in your grocery store, but microwavable green beans, and that is everything you're gonna need. So let's get cooking. So the first thing I've gone ahead and done is boiled about half a box of elbow macaroni. This is a 16-ounce box, so I did about 8 ounces. So it's over here. I've already drained it, so it's good to go. So I'm going to dice up our chicken so it's in bite-sized pieces, and then we're gonna get it seasoned. To that bowl, we're going to add a spoonful of garlic, some salt, some black pepper, and some paprika. Mix all this up. All right, so now that that's nice and mixed, we're going to go ahead and saute it. All right, so we've got our pan on medium heat. I'm going to add some olive oil. All of our chicken. All right, I'm just gonna turn the heat up just a little bit. And we're probably just gonna saute the chicken for about 8 to 10 minutes. Alright, so our chicken's been cooking for about 10 minutes. It's pretty much all done. I'm going to drizzle it with some honey. 2 dollops. And then drizzle it with some barbecue. Let's get it nice and coated. You smell the chicken? Oh no? Oh my gosh, it smells amazing. All right, so that's as easy as it's gonna get for our delicious barbecue chicken. All right, so now we're gonna start the sauce for our mac and cheese. We are going to do 1 cup of skim milk, 4 ounces of cream cheese, or half a block. And that literally just splattered everywhere. And then a 1/4 cup of hot sauce. And this part I kind of just eyeball, but it's probably about a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Our sauce is all nice and melted, so we are gonna go ahead and dump all of our noodles in. I will tell you, I ended up shredding the other half of the block. So there's a whole block of cheddar cheese in here. Alright you guys, so this is what's going to be for dinner tonight. It looks and smells incredible. Seriously, it took me 40 minutes to put together, so super quick and easy and delicious, and you have to try the mac and cheese and this easy stovetop barbecue. It's just the best. So yeah, that's what's for dinner tonight. All right, you guys, so that's going to conclude this week's What's for Dinner. We just finished up with our honey barbecue chicken and macaroni, and it was delicious. Everyone raved about it. It's definitely one that we're definitely throwing into the rotation. The hot sauce and the mac and cheese was fire. Fire, fire. You seriously need to try that recipe. Also, I didn't tell you guys, after we ate dinner last night, the sausage and broccolini rigatoni, Rye could not stop raving about it. He was like, literally, I feel like I'm eating in a 5-star restaurant. So you seriously need to try that recipe. That's another one that's definitely going into our rotation in this household. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you try any of these recipes. Leave it down in the comments below. Tag me on Instagram, pictures. I want to see if you guys are liking them as much as I love them. Also, if you like today's video, give it a big thumbs up. It helps support my channel a ton, and I just really appreciate all of you guys taking the time to allow me into your homes and into your kitchen to share all my recipes with you guys. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe down below. Hit that bell for notifications so you never miss another video like this. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!